Hey, what's up guys? This is Dan from 2U Brakes. We're working on a 2016 F-150 today. On these, we're going to do rear brake pads on it. And in order to do the set of rear pads on these, you have to put the rear parking brake into maintenance mode. So we're going to start off and show you guys how to do that. We're going to put it into maintenance mode. If you don't put it into maintenance mode, you won't be able to depress the piston and the rear caliper. So these can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. You definitely want to, this is the first step, you definitely want to put this into maintenance mode before you do anything. You don't want to take the wheel off and take the caliper apart or any of that. You don't want to risk pushing the piston out of the caliper. So first step is to definitely put this into maintenance mode. So how we're going to do that is we're going to turn the car on, ignition on. Okay, ignition on. All right, we got our ignition on. We're gonna press down the accelerator and we're gonna push. Accelerator, press down. And we're gonna push the parking brake right there. We're gonna push it down. Okay, ignition on. I'm gonna set you guys down for a minute. Now you need to turn the ignition off and then back on. And you'll hear the parking brake in the back retracting. You should get a little, should pop up here. There you go. Park brake maintenance mode. See that? We're good. So remember, this is definitely the first thing you want to do before starting any kind of brake work in the back on these things, because you will end up pushing the piston out of the caliper. Don't ask me how I know. And it'll end up turning into a nightmare of a job. So that's what you got to do. Park brake maintenance mode is on. Okay. So now we can go ahead and go to the back and get the rear pads switched out. All right, so we got our parking brake is in maintenance mode. We're gonna go ahead and get this wheel off, get the caliper off, get our pads on. The lug nuts on these are 21. Battery's getting low. Get my breaker bar. A little nudge here. That. Got our safety jack. I'm gonna get that under there after we get this wheel off. Wheel out of the way. Good. Jack right there. Alright. So should be a 14 millimeter. No, it's actually a 13. Mr. 13 millimeter, where are you? that it's not a 13, it's a 14, like I thought. Go ahead and get it. Caliper loosened up. Sure you guys have a view of what's going on here. So to get this off, we need to get, we're gonna have 2 caliper bolts. We got one there, we got one down there, so we need to get those off. Might have to hold this one in place. Electronic parking brakes are becoming more and more common. You got these maintenance modes anymore, you're gonna end up needing a computer to even work on anything before long. Go. Alright, that off. Go ahead and pull our caliper off. Caliper. So, these do looking at them, they have the notches, like they look like a spin in. They're actually not, they're just a press in. This is your electronic parking brake right here. Like we walk through that, how to disengage it. So, as long as you've got that in maintenance mode, it should be pretty cut and dry. I'm gonna get just like you would on any other one. Just gonna have to depress that piston back into place. I'm actually gonna get my tool to do that. So my C-clamps. This one. Just gonna go in there, and you can use whatever tool you like to use to depress these. Get this tight. She should just get pressed back in. Nice and slow. beautiful. Back this off a little bit. That's it. Calipers in. Keep that out of the way. See, these are our old pads. They're pretty shot. Not much meat left on them. Get our new pads, put our new hardware on, and put this side back together. Get these pads on. I'm gonna go over and do the other side. Probably put you guys on pause. There's no need to show you two sides because that's the same. And then I'll show you how to put the parking brake back into back out of maintenance mode. Hardware on these F-150s can be a pain in the butt. There we go. There we go. We got our new hardware. Nice and tight. You might have to finagle them to get in there. Once you get them started, you can kind of just take a screwdriver or something, tap them down into place. Make sure they're in there snug, like so. Go. Good. Get our new pads. Your new pads. You guys have probably seen in my other videos, I like to put a little bit of grease on the corners. Kind of keeps things moving freely, as they should. These just kind of slide into place here. Like that. Same on this corner. A little grease. Slide down there perfectly. This is my Permatex brake grease. That's what I usually use. Get a nice coat on the outside wherever the caliper is going to be in contact with the pad. This helps reduce any noise. There we go. And that's it. Slide our caliper back on. Make sure our pins are free, which they are. It's a pretty new truck, so they should be. Back in place there. Bolts. tight. We'll start it. Hold that in place. There we go. All right. Nice and tight. This side's good. I'll put you guys on pause, and then I'll be back when I'm done with the other side. I'll show you how to put the parking brake back into normal mode. Alright, so we got both sides done. It is in maintenance mode. So we're going to take the key and we're going to disengage the maintenance mode, get it back into regular. Shut the, yeah, you can see parking brake maintenance mode there. So it's pretty much going to be the same process. Key on, we're going to push the accelerator down. We're going to pull the e-brake to on this time. And we're going to turn the key off and then right back on within 5 seconds. So see if I can get you guys a good view here. Probably not, but so the key's on, accelerator down, parking brake up, down, key off, key back on. Okay, parking brake's engaged. Start the truck. I'm gonna pump up the brakes. Feel like I got a good pedal. No more maintenance mode. It's off. So I'm gonna test the parking brake. Okay, park brake applied. Press the brake and the switch. Park brake released. Let's try it one more time. Okay. Beautiful. That's it. This is the most important part. This is the maintenance mode on these things. Other than that, the brakes are pretty simple. They're just like any other car or truck. You just got to make sure you have this in maintenance mode, or you will cause yourself a lot of problems. All right, see you guys on the next one.